Hey everyone! Welcome back to a new video. Today we're diving into something a little different. I'm going to be coloring some fish, and big shout out to Mary Louise for inspiring me to keep drawing more animals. Honestly, I don't usually draw animals that much. I love drawing tigers, for example, and I've always enjoyed sketching bears because they are super fluffy, and even insects. I find them interesting to draw, but in general, animals are a bit out of my comfort zone. Fish and insects are probably the only exception. I always think my animal drawings are going to turn out horrible, but when I actually sit down and do them, I end up really liking the results. It's always a nice surprise. I guess it's because I expect them to be much harder than they actually are, so when they turn out well, it's super satisfying. Something I've definitely noticed is that I've improved a lot using these acrylic markers. When I first started, I had a hard time blending them because, well, they are acrylic, so they don't blend like watercolors or alcohol markers. It took me a while to figure out how to transition between colors without it looking patchy. And let's be real, the easiest way to fix this is having more colors. But that also means buying more markers, which isn't exactly cheap. That said, I think it was totally worth it. Having a bigger variety of shades makes such a difference. For example, having a light yellow or a soft orange makes transitions so much smoother compared to just jumping from a bright yellow to a dark orange. It's those little details that really help when working with this kind of medium. So, why did I decide to draw fish? Well, first off, I think they're really fun to draw. Unlike other animals, fish are super flexible. They don't have rigid shapes. You can bend them, stretch them, twist them, and they still look natural. They kind of remind me of the mice I drew before. Fish are basically little tubes that you can shape however you want. No matter what direction you put them in, they'll still look right. Well, except for the pufferfish I drew. That one is just a round blob, but you get the idea. Another reason I love drawing fish is that they come in so many different colors and patterns. There's really no limit to how creative you can get with them. You can have a fish that's bright neon yellow, another that's covered in crazy stripes, and another that's a mix of blues, greens, and purples. Plus, adding extra little details like spikes or unique tail shapes can make them look even cooler. When I was sketching them out, I was looking at a reference, but I kind of lost most of them. Pinterest problems, you find a picture, scroll a bit, and totally it's gone forever. So, in the end, I had to improvise a lot of the colors and patterns. So if there's a biologist watching this, I'm so sorry. My fish are probably wildly inaccurate, but hey, artistic freedom. One thing I really focused on with this spread was filling up the page completely. In my last spread, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It was all about portraits, and I ended up with a lot of empty spaces. To fix that, I added flowers and stars, which is something I always do when I feel like a page needs a little extra. But this time, I wanted every inch of the page to feel full and colorful. And I think I managed to do that with these fishes. I'm definitely the type of person who loves packed sketchbooks. I know some people prefer a more minimalistic approach, like one drawing per page with lots of blank space, but I just love seeing everything filled up. It makes the sketchbook feel alive and vibrant. Oh, and speaking of drawing tools, one thing you probably won't see me using a lot is graphite pencils. It's not that I hate them, but I just don't love the way they look in my sketchbook. I've seen artists create stunning graphite pieces, but personally, I find graphite a bit messy. It smudges everything, everywhere. And when I was younger, my sketchbooks used to get super dirty. Because of it, I even tried spraying my pages with hairspray to prevent the smudging, which, by the way, kind of works but also makes the pages feel weird, and you can definitely smell the hairspray. Instead, I almost always go straight in with ink. It makes my drawings look cleaner and more finished, and I feel like it gives the piece a more professional look. Maybe I just haven't given graphite enough of a chance, but for now, I'll stick to ink and color. Speaking of tools, I've been using my purple mechanical pencil non-stop lately. It's from Pilot, and I also have a pink one, which I showed in my Japan haul video in case you missed it. I think about getting more colors, maybe green or red or blue maybe. The only problem is finding a store that sells them near me. I really want to see the colors in person before buying them, because sometimes what looks like a soft pastel shade online turns out to be a super dark in real life. Overall, I had so much fun working on this piece, and I'm really happy with how the fish turned out. These acrylic markers have seriously become one of my favorite tools. I know this probably sounds like an ad, but it's not. I just really love using them. Also, I'm getting super close to finishing this sketchbook, which is exciting because I feel like I've been growing way more lately and hopefully improving too. I think by the time I finish this sketchbook, it's going to be very obvious how much I've used these markers. So that's all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I really hope it wasn't too boring. I never really know what to talk about in this type of videos, so if you have any topics you'd like me to discuss, let me know in the comments. So thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye!